End of day one, 16th outright, 4th in the side-by-sides. Pretty good effort.
Yeah, it was a pretty surprising result. We had a good clean run, no dramas at all. Had one guy that's sort of one of the main contenders. He's dropped by the wayside today. He had a DNF, so that helps us points-wise in the class and the outright. So I'm sure he'll get going, but that makes it hard for him outright, but good for us.
Now, in the stage, you caught up to a few cars, had a few little close calls.
Yeah, a couple of turned the brain off, wasn't listening to Scott a couple of times, and we had a few little bush adventures, but nothing too serious. And yeah, a couple of cars passed slower cars, so but got through it pretty good.
Don't left very long up here.
He's got a problem. Oil all over my visor.
Me too. Don't left very long.
And how did the car go? I know that you made changes to the suspension setup and you were happy with that in prologue. How did the car actually go?
Yeah, that's probably the best that I've felt in this car the whole year. The suspension change has been unbelievable, so I can drive it a bit harder now and getting a lot more confidence. But we still just for now, there was a bit of a noise in the front diff. So
And straight crest and 7 right.
Front diff's about to give way.
Sorry?
The front diff is
7
about
right.
to give way.
Okay.
they've just changed the front diff, front drive shafts, new brake pads, and we should be good to go for the rest of tomorrow.
Now, the guys spent quite a bit of time working on it. Was it important that diff got changed, or could it have lasted?
Ultimately, they're farm cars turned into race cars, so the front diffs are pretty a bit soft. So yeah, so it's something that we go through regularly. I wasn't ready to do one, but as soon as you hear a noise, you've got to get rid of it.
2 more laps tomorrow. That's at 240 k's. You don't want to have a diff failure.
No, look, you can drive them in two-wheel drive, but you lose a lot of time, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, we know we'll get through the rest of the weekend now.
And the drive shafts got replaced as well. Is that precautionary as well?
It was time. They're 3 events old, so it's time to do them. So had them apart, so might as well change them.
Now, as I said, 240 k's to go tomorrow. Are you going to be pushing hard? 4th in the side-by-sides is pretty good, and opportunity to move up.
Yeah, I'll try harder, but there's a couple of WA guys that are not in the Australian Championship, so to speak, with myself and James up front. So really, I just need to have a look at James and see what he's doing.
So, what's the plan?
Keep an eye on James. No, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, no, I'm going to try a bit harder. I felt pretty good. We took no risk today, so we can definitely push harder.
And were there parts of the course where you go, tomorrow I can make up heaps of time there?
Yeah, definitely, especially if I listen to the co-driver. So, but yeah, it's a good track. It's probably the best track I've driven all year, so we can definitely go a lot harder.